Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to build a puppy ramp, so stay tuned and check it out. I started by ripping down a piece of 1/2-inch plywood to just under 12 inches in width. Then I took it over to the miter saw and cut the 3 pieces to length that would make up the top surface of the ramp. And be sure to watch this video to the end so you don't miss out on the super adorable puppies. Next, I tilted my table saw blade 20 degrees and I cut an angle on both ends of the ramp pieces. With the top surfaces cut to size, I moved on to the 2 side pieces. For these, I used a piece of 3/4 inch plywood and ripped that to width. And to speed up the process of drawing out the angled cuts I needed to make, I made a full-size template of half of one of the side pieces. I traced the angle of the template and marked the end of the template. Now this is going to be the center axis. Then I flipped the template along the center axis and traced out the other side. Now I repeated this process for the second side piece. Now cutting this steep of an angle on the table saw can be a little bit tricky, so instead I took it over to the bandsaw and cut out these angles. Now I suppose a skill saw or a jigsaw would have worked just as well. With all the pieces cut out, it was time to assemble. I used glue and brad nails to attach everything together, starting by attaching the top piece to the side pieces. Then I moved on to attaching the ramp pieces, taking my time to make sure everything lined up and the edges were flush with each other. Then I sanded where the ramp piece met up with the top piece to smooth everything out. To make it easier to pick up and move, I decided to cut in some hand holes. I traced around a 2-inch piece of PVC and then I cut that out with the jigsaw. And to hopefully prevent any wood splinters, I used a roundover bit in my trim router to smooth out all the edges. Now to provide a little bit of grip for the puppies as they make their way up the ramp, I cut out some pieces of 1/8-inch plywood and glued and brad nailed those in place. And finally, to protect the wood from the weather and just to spice things up a little bit, I painted the ramp with a light gray and a blue exterior paint. And that about wraps it up. If you guys want to make a puppy ramp for your own puppies, I'll leave a link to some downloadable plans on my website. Just look for the link in the description box below. And as always, thanks for watching. Now, time for some puppies. And I have a separate video on how I made this wobble board for puppies as well. Just click the link above.